We decided that we're gonna hike Holy Jim. We've been planning on coming back to this trail for like 10 years now. I brought my wife here on one of our first dates and we rode my motorcycle, the results of which you can see right there. Today we're finally gonna hike the trail. Hopefully we'll have a good time.
Sitting on the toilet. No!
Yeah, we gotta try the other one.
That's one you gotta use.
No! Because I can't open the door.
Spent a while hiking and we're like, oh, this is weird. This looks a lot like a neighborhood and a road. And that's because it was a neighborhood and a road. There's not actually any parking by the trailhead. It's still a pretty hike. It's really cool. It's got a bunch of little cottages. Now we're just starting the trail. That's what the beginning of the trail looks like.
Kind of makes me think of like a person-sized beaver dam. Up on the next one.
Hey!
This side is for scratching your back and this side is for poking all animals in the eye.
All animals? Which animals specifically?
All lions and all tigers and other things that are mean and scary. And also giraffes. You would have to climb on its back to do that. And to climb up its neck and get on its head and then sit on its head and then poke it in the eye.
This is Bermuda buttercup.
Okay.
Alright, so this doesn't really have any medicinal value. It's not all that nutritious, but it's edible and it's got like a sour taste to it. Chef calls it sour flowers. You like to pick the stems up and you can eat the stems. They're crunchy, they're sour.
Avia likes them, she's eating one right now.
You don't want to eat a lot of it because it's loaded with oxalic acid, and I guess the issue with oxalic acid is that it stops your body from absorbing nutrients. Some people like to put it in salads. It'd probably give your salad a nice like tangy flavor, but it's not bad.
They're kind of a little side treat, so just how you wouldn't eat tons and tons of candy, don't eat tons of sour flowers, but they're kind of a fun trail snack since they're on the side of the trail. But we would just find them in the neighborhood and eat a couple.
Some people like to put them in salads, and I think they're yummy. We mostly snack on the stems because they've got a stronger taste than the leaves do, but it's all got that kind of tangy flavor to it.
Yeah, I had never tasted the leaves before because I wasn't sure about them, but they're actually pretty good.
This is what the flower looks like. They're pretty easy to recognize. The leaves kind of look like wood sorrel, and I think they might actually be a kind of sorrel. I don't eat the flowers, they don't taste as good. The green stuff is the best part. This is white horehound.
Okay, there we go.
I don't know a ton about this plant, but I do know that it's very medicinal. The leaves are used as spices. It can be used as like a cold or flu remedy for like coughs. You can make tea from the leaves. They've got anti-inflammatory properties. A lot of these plants like this that have a lot of medicinal properties, they get treated like a cure-all. It seems like they have something in them to cure just about everything. It's kind of a cool looking plant. I want to see what it tastes like.
What's it taste like?
Got a bitter taste to it. Maybe a little bit on something might taste good. Eating the plant straight up, not good.
So I tried it. It was disgusting. If you have to eat it, you could, but it was gross. I don't actually want that, and I don't think it'll make a good seasoning. I didn't taste like a underlying good flavor. It was just kind of meh. And the last time I tried to throw something in that was like that, it didn't turn out.
On my first hike up here, I thought that this was a marijuana plant. It's really not. It smells exactly like marijuana. It's really strong, like you can smell it before you can see it. And the thing is, if you smoke this, you'll end up in the hospital. So this stuff acts like poison ivy, so please do not smoke this and keep an eye out for it. Don't touch it. Treat it like poison ivy. Don't get too excited if you smell weed. It's probably this.
Because we thought it was weed, we took it back because there's no signal out here, and we're like, we're gonna check it. And then we lost it in the car, and then our car smelled like weed. It took us like a day or two to find it. And we're like, oh no, what if we can't find it before we have to go home and we're out of state and our car smells like weed? Then we also thought we were so clever and we stopped and threw one in a pothole and made a pothole pun joke, but
it doesn't exactly look like a pot plant, but the smell is really pungent. And because the plant was dead, I really thought that like the leaves are just like gone and it was just like a mostly dead pot plant. No. No.
Not get to walk with you, touch all the plants. What is it? Ouchie.
This is California buckwheat. Just like regular buckwheat, you can harvest the seeds and you can add them cereal, you can eat them raw, or you can grind them into flour and make bread with them. The natives used to use the roots, the stems, and the leaves as a tea for medicinal purposes to treat headaches and stomach problems. They also would use the stems to pierce their ears. This is a really drought-tolerant plant and is often used to reclaim damaged areas, and it's a very interesting forageable food.
Didn't mention it earlier, but we ended up having to come back. So this time, and hike without Annalise, and it's a little less stressful and easier. But we love Annalise and wish she was here, of course.
But she's very excited to be home, playing with her cousin and watching TV, getting all the yeses from Grandma.
The guy back there says we have like a quarter mile left in the hike. Oh, it's a little bushy up here. Look at that snarled mess. The other earlier areas were hit a lot harder by fire, and so there's a lot more trees up here than there were back there. Back there is mostly like shrubs and I don't know, brush and stuff. It's a little bit prettier up in this section.
He says next to the dead sticks.
Baby got caught in the sticks. Bad dad move.
Okay. It's about a head above yours. Oh, you got a hat. Okay, okay, keep going. Okay, careful this one. Is it fun, Via? Okay, here comes another one. You can smack her head on it. I need that rock. Okay, you got past the baby bird. When I was taking my first college class, it was horticulture class. I tried to grow broccoli in my mom's backyard and it didn't exactly work out and there were bugs everywhere, and so they're like, oh, try to go get some ladybugs. But as soon as I put the ladybugs down and there was plenty of food for them, they all just flew off. I was hoping they were going to do something more like this and just stay on my plants and help me out, but no. I've never seen ladybugs like this.
Now. The last part of this hike is pretty fun. I really like it. It's a lot prettier in the beginning, and I don't know, it's always nice to hike along a stream. We made it to the falls, and this is what it looks like. It's a small waterfall. Chaston wasn't too impressed with it, but I think it's pretty.
I never said it wasn't impressive.
When we were looking at the picture, she didn't want to come here because she said it was a dumb waterfall.
It's just a little waterfall. It's not like, you know, waterfall. It's fun.
She said it was a dumb waterfall.
It's whatever.
It's big enough for me. Really glad I came back to do this hike after all these years. Totally worth it. And it's a short hike. Not the best for carrying babies, as you probably saw.
Probably be easier to just pull them out and let them crawl. And then put them back in the backpack.
Yeah.
She does not want anyone to see that owie. Via, are you asleep? Oh. Yeah. It sure looks like you are.